that's the start of trying to pick up your pace and just getting the distance out, right? So what we tried to do is build a flow offense that really fit what they already had been doing. So the first thing was install point guard over here was when, come over here, I'll have him, he'll be my 5, seeing that he's number 5. He'll be 5, there's my 4. So the first thing was, if our bigs actually got out and ran, to rim run. But I knew for the most part, Zebo and Mark weren't big runners, so I didn't really overcoach this part of it, but I still stressed that if they did get ahead, we always gave them the ball. That was the carry. You know, it's old school basketball. Stackhouse knows that. If a big runs the floor, you beat them, right? So that's how you keep them rebounding for you. So we always said that. But as he went into here, and if he felt like he wasn't going to get a decent post up, we would not let him claim the strong side post. And this is where it changed for Mike Conley. Mike Conley's whole career up to this point, he always had a big standing right in front. So everybody guarding Mike Conley always had help. The Steph Curry's, the Damian Lillard's, and they're going at Mike Conley like, you know, every possession down court. So what we did is we moved Mark out, put Zebo to the weak side, and we told Mike with the rules today, can't touch anybody. Go at it. Go at it. And it took a while for him to get that. That's why I brought in Nick Van Exel on my staff. All of you guys know Nick Van Exel. He's one of the deadliest attacking guards this league has seen. And he was mean. Right? Everybody, Nick was mean to his coaches, he was mean to his teammates, he was mean. And he was really mean to the opponent. And Mike Conley needed to understand that mentality. He was too nice. Way too nice. And drilled this into him, and we played a scenario open. And I just turned him loose. A lot of coaches and stuff like that to pick up the pace. I really people are already up in the corner, I let you stay there. Right? Because I didn't want to bring anybody in his way. If you play for me, he's up. Because you just be going at everybody. Right? And what we built out was driving kick game. Now, if it was slow developing, this is how we stay. What we do conception. Arkansas in here, and we roll. As he came off, you know what Zach Randolph does. He was it better than anybody in the league. So he would punish you here. We'd always had a throw back here, pull up. All right, so we threw it back, and now we punish you. 3 out, 2 in. But that was an automatic. It was open to drag anytime we were in a situation where the big was ahead of us. Okay, and we built that game out of that. Now, go back to the spots, guys. Where you start out ahead, where he just committed that I'm outrunning everybody, I'm gonna take the strong side post. They had to find the nearest sideline. So our 2 bigs were behind, they always got out wider, they get more space, and we automatically got drag stacks right here. Okay, some teams call them 77s. I think San Antonio's called us like pick. You know, it's a lot of different names for it, but we come into this double drag right here. And this really got us to do it before I got there. Without compromising Mike's spacing and being able to attack with his paint, we got to these. Now, so what we did all the time is we like to roll Zebo, okay, and pop Mark because he can stretch the floor at 7 feet. So as we came off of this, we got right to a game that I didn't have to teach him. Lionel Hollins, Huey Brown, Dave Yeager, these guys are great coaches. They had already built the best high-low basketball game in the NBA. No other team ran it as well as them, other than the Spurs, obviously. But, I mean, they really built something special. So anytime C4 rolled down, we threw that thing back. It was seal high-low right here, and we punished teams. And why that worked for us is because we knew everybody was switching. So what was our advantage? We had to punish them. We weren't going to outrun them. We weren't going to outshoot them. But we can outbeat them up. We can bully them. We can get that ball to the free throw line. We can set our defense. We can shoot more layups. Right? So this was something they already had. And if we didn't have this, we go to Zebo would get out here. And here we go. Duck-in guy again was punishing you on the backside with a 7-foot roller here and space on the weak side. The ball Okay, this was all based on if the big ran the floor ahead or if my bigs were trailing. Let's go back one more time. Let me get if you're not way ahead of your big, find the nearest sideline. That created, just that rule created that. So now I got some horns actions out of it. Without calling horns, we automatically just flowed into this because the rule was find the nearest sideline. And I just taught them how to play out of all of these situations. It would come into right at the elbow, a little double horn screen right here, and we would give Mike either way to go off of this. Okay, and again, we always go Zebo. So if he went away from him, we dive him down the lane. We got this right to that game. Here we go. And the beauty of this game is the ball doesn't stop. Anytime you have the big at the top of the floor, you can get to another situation. That team's really right. Teams don't want to switch mark a steady switching against Mark Gasol. That's just 7 feet. Yeah. Teams didn't want to do a steady go, so switching against Zebo. So what we created was two to the ball. And when you get two defenders on the ball, that's what you want. The ball starts moving, they run out of guys. One. All right, so if he caught it here, let's turn it to the game so you didn't have to teach a lot. We got the pick and roll here. You're ready to duck in. And when you get really advanced, I like to exchange the weak side. Open the nail up. You know how many your guy right here and clock nail. So I like to loosen it up on side pick and roll with extended 2 wings. Duck him in, roll him 2-on-1. Okay? Let's go back. And I started letting the system and the players teach me. I just started seeing come out of the rules of if the big ran ahead, we knew what that was, but if the big trailed and got to the near sideline, sitting there for tackle. So say for some reason you happen to be running the floor and you got stuck on that side, right? You're up here, this is just what happened. Big ran, why? Come on over, come on into this. What's your job? Come on into this, and now to L's. Let's call L. But we did it without calling it. And it was perfect. The curve. Whichever came off, we rolled. Now, your rules make it different. So this was our rule. Anytime Zebo was involved, we like to roll him. Come back. Come back to this, guys. But your rule may be whoever comes off is rolling. Right? Or if you're in a regular, come up here. If you're going to stand, your rule might be the first big is always the roller. A lot of it is based on skill set. I never wanted to pop a big that wasn't a big time shooter. That was just me. Okay? But come back to the L. So now, these actions, which way you came off, it's the same of it. Go up the Zebo, the throw back here, bam, sit down in the paint. You know, you have reads to get to the nearest sideline and where you are on the floor. And instead of it always being a pick and roll, it became a flash game. So I could cut off of him. I could even go play 2-man game with him right here and work that game and now become splits. Our rule always was, anytime we hit one of the bigs, the other big was always pinning away. So it gave him a job to do. Right? And it works for all of us. So let's come back to the top here and get to a horns action like we came out on each side. Right? So it works the same way. Turns teams ball. So as you're coming up in here, instead of coming off of them, throw it to them. Now you play the game. You're pinning, you're cutting, here we go. And what I found is I stopped calling plays. It was awesome. I hate calling plays. I want to go play. I like guys that can just go play. You know, you want to have good calls when you need them, but if you got to call a bunch of plays, especially the further you move along, no matter what level you're on, you're probably going to lose. Because your guys got to know how to play in chaos without you barking stuff from the sides every single time down the court. They're always looking over at you. You're probably getting their ass kicked. You don't see Golden State looking over at the bench too much, do you? That ball gets out of the net, they go. They know what their jobs are, they know what they're doing. And that's where you can't have guys hope for help from the coach. So I tried to build this that way. Come to the top again.